Okay, we're back. We're going to do Cad53. And once again, don't worry about the numbers so much if you're watching old videos. This is number 7 in chapter 7 of the AutoCAD tutorial 2D fundamentals book that we use here in the class. AutoCAD 2026 version for these, which is not a whole lot different from 2024. That's why I didn't go back and redo the old videos, because it all flows the same way. So let's get started with this one. All right, so once again, new. Grab your template. Go ahead and make sure that you are on the object lines layer before you get started. Take a look and make sure everything's there, and we'll go. All right, so I'm going to start with a line, and I'm going to start at 0, 0. 0, comma 0. All right, so we're going to go up, and the first distance we're going up is 1. So 1. All right. Now, we're going to go over just a little bit, and we're going to stop there. Now, the bottom line goes all the way across. It's 19.25 from end to end. So let's go ahead and draw that in. We'll start here at the bottom, 19.25, and that line will go off pretty far. Now, this is where we're going to start using construction lines a lot, all right, because we got to make some markers and stuff like that. So I'm going to go back to my construction line, and I'm going to just draw my line up. And it doesn't matter how long. About that far will work. And we're going to offset that line to find the center of our first circle. Okay, so we got to come over 2.5. So we're going to offset 2.5 in that direction. All right, now from the bottom, we're coming up 1.5. So I'm just going to offset the line that I have, 1.5. And there we go. Now, I'll change that to a construction line for now. That's going to be the center of our circle, our big circle. That's the 1.5. So we'll go ahead, back on object line. Look, I still had it highlighted. Hit escape a couple of times. There we go. Diameter, object line, right on the intersection, 1.5. All right, now, the part that's going to come across like this is a radius of 1.25. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a full circle for that, but it's a radius. So don't forget to change the radius. 1.25, and there we go. Now, we've got that little radius of 0.5 and a radius of 0.25. We're going to use our fillet commands for that. So we're here, make sure you change that to fillet. Right click, radius. We're going to do 0.5 at first, pick the circle, and then pick this side of the line. Then we do another one, right click again, radius this time is 0.25, and we'll get this one. Alright, I'm going to have to move that out of the way. There we go. And it's still set. So that's got that. All right, so I'm going to offset this line over 1 to get this little circle. So 1, offset this. Okay, and the height of it is 0.5. So offset 0.5. And then I'll do a little diameter here of 0.375. Now I'm going to get rid of these two lines so they don't confuse me later. All right, now we're almost there. Okay. Now I'm going to take this one and I'm going to offset it 1.25 and 1.5. So offset 1.25 first. And offset 1.5 next. There we go. Now, I'm going to go ahead and move this one back to the object lines layer. Now I'm going to offset this line 2.5. So offset 2.5. and there's me a center. All right, I'm going to have two circles centered there. One's a diameter of 0.375 and one's a radius of 0.375. Let's do the diameter first. Right here, 0.375. Now I'm going to take this out and this out because I got a center I can use now. Go get rid of these two as well. Radius. Same number, 0.375. And there we go. Now, I'm going to take a line tangent to this circle and tangent to this circle. All right, that's got that. Now, pick. Now, I've got them selected. I'm going to hit trim, and then I'm going to pick this piece of the circle. Okay. Now, I'm going to do another fillet. Radius of 0.5. Don't forget to right click. Well, repeat fillet, right click, radius 0.5. Pick the circle, pick the line, and then pick that new fillet, pick this line, trim, pick the circle between them. All right, we're almost there. Now, I'm going to line up with this. And I'm just going to draw a little piece there. Now, our fillet should still be set. Double check. Yep, it's 0.5. Just hit enter. Pick here and pick there. There's your first one. Now, if you look, you see the distance between the two is 4.5 until we get to that very last hole. But 4.5 is generally what's going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all of this. Notice I'm not grabbing this part. I'm just grabbing from this on. And I'm going to copy that. Pick there, 4.5. Then we'll hit escape. All right, let's look at this. We need to trim that off. All right. Now I'm going to pick that and then pick the rest. And all I've got to do is hit copy. Center, center, and center. Now, I'm going to grab this one, copy, pick anywhere you want, go 0.4. Let me go 4, not 0.4. So that'll be 4 inches. That gets that last one. Okay? Now, draw a line up. Doesn't matter how far, because you're going to fillet this. So we're going to get a fillet, and we're going to change our radius to 0.25. And we'll just pick and pick. Get our cube out, go top. Now it's centered. All right. Now we're going to change to center lines. Go to dimension, center mark. Pick, spacebar, pick, spacebar, pick, spacebar, pick. And get all the little ones too. Just keep hitting spacebar and pick each one of them individually. I missed that one somehow. There we go. All right, see, now we got all of our center lines. All right, we're ready for dimensions. So let's change to the dimension layer. And it's pretty simple. You're going to do it just like they did it in the book. Okay? And remember the setting changes that I made. Okay? Don't want that out there, so we're going to go to annotation, mechanical. We're going to do two things. Modify. When it comes up under symbols and arrows, change center marks to none. Okay? And then go to fit, always keep text between extension lines, and then hit OK. And then close. See, I moved it. So that one's good. Now, I'm just going to baseline this. So we'll come down here, pick baseline, and I'm going to pick here, and pick here. All right, so that's got all of those. 1.5. The 1, the 1.5, and the 2.5. All right, so that's got all of those taken care of. Now we've got to get these in. So once again, let's start with radius, and we'll get this one. Repeat, and we'll get this one. Repeat, we'll get this one. Okay, see how it's doing that? It's coming close. I'm gonna go ahead and place it. Then I'm gonna grab this. I want it to the outside. See how that works? All right, go back to radius, and we'll get this one. We're gonna do the same thing with it because it wants to go to the inside. So we'll grab this one first. And we'll grab this one next. All right, so we got to get this radius, and then we can start doing our diameters. All right, now full circles get diameter. And I'm just going to grab that one, grab the dot and pull it out a little bit. All right, so all those are good, right? All right, so let's get our linears. Linear. Get our first one. I'm going to come down about that far. Now, dimension, continue. And this is a little bit more information than they put on, but all right, that's got all those holes located. We'll do one to show the entire distance. And then we're going to do another one across the top, kind of the same way. Linear. And then continue. All right, so that's got pretty much everything. Now, here's something you can do. That can save you a little bit of time. Count the holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'd be 9. So I'll just say home 9x, put a space, and click out. So we know we got 9 of those. We got 4 of these, right? Home 4x. Now I can take this one out because it's covered right there. Okay, so you got 4 of these, 9 of these. All right, you could say that's typical. So I could grab this one, and then all I've got to do, these two are my only 2.5s. End, space, capital TYP, period. Now, I can remove that one and that one. See how that saves space? So we know that each one of these, that's what the TYP means, each one of these is going to be 0.5, so I don't have to go back and mark every single one. Forgot to trim this. So we'll get that and that. There we go. And that last one's good. Okay, center that up. And let's look at our layout. Ooh, okay. And we'll pick this, right click. Go to our properties. Now, notice it's at 0.3. So, 1-to-1's not going to work on this one. This is also 1-to-1. That's half. Doesn't quite fit. So, ooh, that's way too small. So, here's what I'm going to do. All right. So, 0.5. Okay. 0.75. Let's go smaller. All right, 3/4, 1/2, 1/4, 0.25. Too small. All right, so we need to go, let's drop 0.375, which would be 3/8. That'll work. Okay. 3/8 scale, that'll work. I mean, we can read it, it looks good. So make sure you set that to 0.375 before you turn it in. Okay? All right, that's what I'm looking for. So, there we go. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and save that. Cad53. And print it. Once again, make sure it's monochrome. Let's do a peer review, see what it looks like. See, you can see the numbers pretty good. All right, we'll go ahead and get that one. Cad53 layout. And that will be what you turn in classroom. All right, I will see you on the next drawing.